you guys? It's your girl Sugar Cosby. It's time for Black Sheep.
Keep it straight like this, man. We gonna have straight black talk that's directly affecting us black people. You know what I mean? So if it's something going on where it's events or something going on in the community or something big, like a brother getting gunned down or something by a white cop, and we need to talk about like police brutality, stuff like that. You gonna hear it all right here on Black Sheep. You heard me?
Oh, my bad. What's up, you guys? Your girl Sugar Cosby, my boy Mike, and my boy AD in the building. We are chilling like a villain. It's time for Black Sheep.
Woo!
Yay. Okay, so today we are talking about Rodney Reed. Rodney Reed is a man that is sitting on death row. He's been sitting on death row for the last 20 years. He was accused of
rape.
He was accused of rape, assault, and strangling 19-year-old Stacy Stites. He was scheduled to be executed next Wednesday, which is November 20th. But the courts had of criminal appeals blocked the execution of Rodney Reed Friday, allowing a lower court to consider Reed's claim that the state presented false testimony and that he is innocent. The Texas Board of Patron and Parolees recommended earlier Friday that Governor Greg Abbott grant a 120-day reprieve of Reed. This time is critical to allow for proper consideration of the powerful new evidence of his innocence and its possible DNA testing that could help prove who actually committed the crime, said Bryce Bennett, Reed's Innocence Project attorney. We hope that Governor Abbott will consider all of the facts in this case and adopt the board's recommendation as soon as possible. So, let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Let's do it.
Okay, so what do you guys think about that? Another black man sitting in jail, waiting death for accusations against violent crimes against white women.
First, I say it like this, man. I'm pretty sure that it's a lot of brothers out there that's in court or in jail right now that have just like for something like that, like, and then to be finding out like 30 years later that they're innocent and shit like
After
that.
They done spent all that time in jail already.
And then they try to pay them off and give them like 1.3 million and stuff like that. Like, you can't compensate for time lost. Like dudes that been in jail for some 20 some odd years, almost like, yo, they missed the whole 2000. They missed the whole 9/11. They missed everything that's going on.
Right. They missed a lot of upgrades. And
bro, the cell phones, everything is going to blow their minds when they come out.
Music, culture, everything done changed.
Everything. And so,
but there's so many people sitting behind bars, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I'm particularly happy about this situation because I've been following this for a while. So the fact that he been sitting on death row for 20 years and now it's possible evidence that
can
set him free. Like, I'm happy, but I'm happy that this particular situation is finally getting the attention, and I'm glad. All right, and I'm glad that the governor at least granted him a stay for 120 days, so they get all the evidence together to hopefully get this brother off.
Word, but what do you think about the false testimonies? It was a setup, which a lot of our men, unfortunately, are being set up like that, like all the time. There's so many people sitting in jail right now, and it's hard because now it's like the system is trying to go back and reevaluate cases to get more people off. But it's still so much time that's lost, like you said earlier, and these people are still sitting there awaiting somebody to just pick up their case and find the right DNA evidence, the right things that's going to get them released. Like, imagine dying in prison.
Like, okay, you remember the story? I swear, I don't know why I can't remember this little brother's name, but he was the youngest person ever be executed in the United States. I think his name was George. I can't remember his last name, but I'm pretty sure. He was the youngest person ever to be executed, and he was a young black boy.
11-year-old.
He was accused of raping these two white girls.
And they just found out this year.
And now, like, this is how they do, because they think we'll calm down and forget about it. But, like, yeah, recently they overturned his decision saying that he wasn't guilty, but I mean that doesn't help his cases. He's still dead in the ground.
He's dead.
He's dead. You know what I'm saying?
He died listening to people yelling negative and hurtful and hateful slurs at him.
Right, because you're thinking about that. Like, this is a little kid,
and Lord knows the torture that he's experienced just being in that environment, accused of killing a white woman at that time.
Right.
And, they were torturing him. He wasn't able to talk or contact his parents. That was the last time, basically, they've seen him again. His parents were ran out of the town, so it's a lot to it. But our people have definitely been going through this for a long time.
Yep.
And we, as the children of the children, we need to keep it. We need to keep the knowledge alive. Never forget what they did to us.
Right.
Never forget what they did to us. Everybody did this, but they did it the worst. And unfortunately, a lot of us are still suffering from it. As long as we're still here in America.
And I know we're getting off topic a little bit, but I just wanted to see, because I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that they were gonna do an Emmett Till movie. How you feel about that?
I wanted. Who is doing the movie? That's the thing. They did the Harriet Tubman movie, right?
Yeah.
And then they had a big problem because they said that no real black people, except for the black actors, benefit from the movie. So, it depends on who is telling the story. I don't want to hear my story from somebody else.
Yeah, but I mean,
I want my story to be told by somebody who knows my story.
But I mean, if you're black.
Right.
And you know your history, you know about the Emmett Till story.
Right.
How he got basically hung, killed, abused by a white man just for simply whistling at a white woman, which now 2 years ago in 2017, the lady who's still alive to this day said that she lied about Emmett Till whistling at her. And you know what? When you're back in that day, especially if you were black and down south, you was a certain way that you had to carry yourself. Because them white folks, they ain't played like that down there. It was a very racial time. It was really bad. And black people had to, unfortunately, they just had to put their heads down and walk.
Suck it up.
Right, because that was their way of life. But now, okay, I feel like with this situation with Rodney Reed, we are in a different time, but we're still living in a very prejudiced country, especially with Donald Trump in the White House.
Yeah.
There's a lot of racial things going on. And the fact that I'm not going to sit here and lie about this young lady that he was accused of murder. I don't know what color she was, but, I mean, because she could have been either black or white. I don't say I know her race. But this whole situation,
she's white.
Well, regardless, I mean, for that man to be
I don't know. There, that's allegedly.
For a man to be sitting on death row for 20 years, and then to be
something he might have not done.
Right. For him sitting in that jail cell, knowing that he didn't do it, but he's sitting on death row. Meanwhile, he dealing with that and we're dealing like one day I'm gonna die because of this. And now for evidence to come out, I'm happy. But what are they going to do with it? Because, I mean, if evidence comes out and they still can't prove that he didn't do it, guess what? He's still going back to death row.
He said it's just if they can't prove his innocence. So hopefully the DNA test will show who actually did it, and hopefully they catch the actual. Hopefully the person's not dead, so they can catch him, put him in jail. But it's something that all of our men need to be aware of. You guys are the most likely to be set the fuck up. You guys are the most likely to be lied on. So you guys have to conduct yourself and carry yourself in a certain way.
That's why the Black Power movement is important.
Right. It's important for us to get together, talk about the things that are going on in our communities, talk about the things that we need to be talking about, touch on those issues, and talk about ways that we can, achieve greatness and how we can overcome these things, because that's what our grandparents wanted.
Yeah,
they survived
that
it.
law firm,
that's
why I brought that up. That's why I brought that law firm up. The Black Power firm in California, because it makes sense. It's things that we haven't done in the past that we're doing now that's making it different. So,
What about the black law firm?
There's things that we're doing now, that we're doing different from them. We need black lawyers.
We need
black judges.
Black everything.
We need black schools, banking.
We need we need black men to patrol black neighborhoods. We
and
definitely need black businesses. Definitely, our dollars need to circulate in our community.
Right.
And just forget the cliche. You know what I mean? It might sound corny, but it's not. It's really not.
Yeah, forget what they talking about us. We a different generation.
If
we
y'all
not like everybody else. We gonna do something different.
If y'all willing to go out there and pay the $400 for a Louis Vuitton belt or a Gucci bag, why you can't spend $30 in your own community? Why you be like, oh yo, let me get a discount on it? If you're gonna pay $400 for a belt, you should pay $30 to support a T-shirt.
Word up.
That's all I'm saying.
So, in the story, give back to the community, teach the community, uplift the community. Make sure you represent your brother, your sister. Make sure you keep it pushing. Spread knowledge. Teach these kids to grow up. Black power. You already know what it is. It's black sheep.
Woo!